If you're going to win in 2026 as a CEO, clarity is going to be your best friend. One of the challenges that I find as CEOs is that when we don't have a plan and we are not clear with all the noise, we can get very confused and derailed in going in different directions. So if you think about it, you have AI, you have new trends, you have new tools that are coming out. And if you are not grounded in your plan, you can find yourself being pulled in many different directions and also saying yes to things that are not leading you towards your goals. So I want to share with you a few things that you can think of doing right now that can prepare you for 2026. The first thing you want to do, ensure you have a financial goal that you've set. No, I find that sometimes persons are afraid to set goals because they probably are afraid that they won't achieve it. But as I always say to persons from my experience being in corporate, organizations don't wake up and achieve their goals because they are large or because they have anything magical that they're working with. They simply set goals, they review them. If things are not going according to plan, they make changes accordingly. And that's the same way you want to operate your business. When you set your financial goals, set revenue and also look at your expenses. Often we're focused on just the revenue side, and then you're generating all the revenue, but the expenses are also increasing, so you're not seeing the results. I remember I was working with a client of mine, and she was sharing with me the revenue target that she wanted for us to set for years to come. And when I looked at her business, no, I was like, but you're already meeting the revenue target. And she said she didn't feel like she was meeting it simply because her expenses were so high and she wasn't monitoring her revenue. So ensure you set your financial targets. Don't judge it. Don't wonder how you're going to achieve it as yet. You're always able to make changes. That's the power of being a CEO. But as we work through, I'm going to show you how it is that you can tweak as you go along. First thing, set your financial goals. The next thing you want to do is you want to ensure that you are clear on what you're offering. And I normally suggest don't have more than two or three things that you're offering, simply because it's going to take your effort. And when you do the work to cascade or to break down the action items that are needed for you to achieve the goal, you realize that it's a lot. And it also depends on your capacity. So I suggest no more than two or three. And Donald Miller also shares you want to make sure that the things that you're offering, it's very clear to your audience that they're not running on a treadmill trying to figure out how they're going to reach you. So what product or what service are you going to be offering? The third thing you want to do is identify how many clients you want to serve. And this you can calculate, but identify how many clients you want to serve. I am able, based on my capacity, to serve 5 clients per month. If based on the numbers I have, and it's a mathematical formula, and I can share it with you, you simply look at the financial goal, the revenue goal that you have set. So say, for example, you're selling pencils and you want to generate $100,000 from selling pencils. And the cost of the pencil is $100. You simply divide the 100,000 by $100, and that gives you how many clients you need to sell to per year in order to meet your goal. If when you divide that by 12, you realize that per month, the number of clients is going to be unattainable, you can tweak as you go along. But you want to make sure that because that helps you to outline your capacity. It helps you to look at your systems, depending on when your clients are going to reach you. Do you need to have Shopify? Do you need to have a CRM? You need to be very clear. Every month, I am targeting 10 or 20 clients. If you know how many clients you're also going to serve, if, for example, you decide that you want to do a webinar, you doing this webinar, I need to onboard 2 or 3 clients. And everything again is a formula. Sometimes as CEOs, we might say that we're afraid of math, but it's needed. In order for you to generate 2 sales from a webinar, you need to have X number of persons on your webinar. You need to have invited X number of persons. You need to start marketing 6 weeks or 8 weeks in advance. So those are some of the things that you want to think about, which is why having the number of clients is very important as we go along. So the first thing was set your financial goals. You want to identify the product or service that you're going to be focusing on. And again, I know you do a lot of things, but select the ones that you can put your efforts in all in both for you and your team. And then you want to calculate how many clients you want to serve. I'm saying calculate because that's really what you're doing. You're not just picking a number from a hat. You're looking at your revenue target, you're looking at the cost of your product or your service, and you're calculating it. The fourth thing is know who you are targeting. Call it a persona, or some persons say avatar. Give your persona name, age, where do they live? Do they have families? Are their life goals? What are some of the challenges they face? I don't know if you've ever listened to somebody online, or you're watching an ad on TV and you're like, oh my God, they're speaking to me. It's because they are speaking to you. Those companies sat down and they documented the person they want to serve, where they live, who they live with. If you've ever watched TV in the middle of the day, most of the ads are targeting grandparents or persons of a certain age because they know they're at home watching the television. The very same thing you want to do. If your product or your service is targeting persons who are working 9 to 5, you don't want to be present doing a live at 10 a.m. when they are at work. Likewise, for me, if I'm serving CEOs who are over 40, I know that they have other challenges apart from running a profitable business, which is why last week I held a live that spoke to health and wellness habits for CEOs over 40, because our bodies are changing and there are things I know that would be of benefit for them so they can show up better in their business. So create your avatar, give them a name, like them real. So when you create your marketing message, you're not just pulling from a hat, but you're speaking directly to a real live person. How to answer the next question, how will I reach them? What marketing tools am I going to be using? Am I going to be on social media? Am I going to be hosting events? But you need your personas first because you want to know where those people are. Once you've documented your personas, you can now say where people I'm serving, are they on social media? Which social media platform are they on? Am I going to be doing live events? Am I going to be going to any kind of conferences? You name it. Document how you're going to serve, how you're going to reach persons. That helps you with your messaging, that helps you to develop your market plan, because that is what is going to guide what you say yes to. When persons reach out to you, and a person reach out to me and they're like, oh, I see that you're on this particular social media channel and your videos have done X, Y, and Z. I am this kind of expert. I can get you here. First of all, that is not even a goal of mine. So therefore, thanks. I'm glad you have the expertise, but that's not a goal that I have right now. I can confidently say that because I am clear about the plans that I have and the goals I'm working towards. When I get over where I am and I get to that social media platform, then I can look for someone who is an expert if I need an expert's help. So that's what you want to do. You want to be very clear how you are going to reach your clients, because that is now your communication plan. And then the next thing you're thinking about are the systems and processes in your business. Think about the client's journey from the minute they touch base with you on your website, or if you don't have a website, if they drive into your parking lot, what does that look like? Who are they interacting with? How are they able to set an appointment? Do you need a booking? Do you need a CRM that's going to follow up with them? Do you think about all the things that you need? But you're only able to answer that question once you have clearly documented your plan, and you look at your capacity, you look at the challenges that your clients are having while you are doing the work. So think about your processes and your systems and ensure that there are no blockages that hinders your clients from reaching you. And the last thing is one that we sometimes forget to plan for, and that is ensuring that we are working on increasing our knowledge, training, and development for you and for your team. The thing is, things are changing, times are changing, and it's changing way faster than it was before. So you want to keep up with what's happening so you can advise your clients accordingly, or you can look at how you can produce the product. If you have a physical product, how can it be done more efficiently? But you don't want to be left behind. So you want to ensure you're keeping in the know. These are the things that I would recommend that you do to ensure that your plan is done and is documented clearly, because persons normally say, oh, I have a plan and I've it documented already, but you still haven't achieved the goal. It's because we haven't taken the time to make sure that the activities that we need to do in order to achieve our goals are clearly outlined in our plan. So if you want to show up in 2026 with more clarity, these are just some things that I would suggest for you. And one of the objections I get from CEOs sometimes, I don't have the time. And I know that's a real challenge because even in my time in corporate, we were in strategic planning. And the minute we call a meeting, persons are like, we have no time to come to that meeting. We're busy serving clients. We're busy working on outing files and dealing with our teams. And I know as a CEO, you don't have different departments. You are the one who is everything to your business. You're managing sales, you're managing strategic partnerships, you're marketing, the system is down, that's you. However, if you want to ensure that you are not just being operational every day, but you're being strategic, you can pull yourself away, even for 15 or 20 minutes or an hour, plan an hour in the week where you're looking at your plan and you're looking at the growth that you want for your business. And if you need support with this, I'm going to be doing a business growth challenge where I am going to be sharing with you one small step that you can take every day. So by Christmas, you have your plan before Christmas, I would say you have your plan documented so you can enjoy your holidays knowing exactly what you're going to be doing in the first quarter of the next financial year in 2026. So I'm dropping the link below this video. Go ahead and register, and I'm looking forward to seeing you. And remember, clarity is going to be our new currency. We're showing up very clear and we're showing up knowing exactly what we want to achieve for 2026.